Discover the proven solution that gets your baby to sleep like clockwork. Unfortunately, most information is dangerously outdated and usually reduces your baby's chances of a calm and deep sleep. The absolute worst you can do is to begin with a sleep training for your baby without a proven and sophisticated plan. I'm sorry to say, but that's how most parents still do it. Sadly, I am speaking from my own, very painful experience. I now want to share a revolutionary method with you that puts even the most stubborn child consistently to sleep every night. The best thing about it is that you and your little one will be done with the training in no time. But first let me introduce myself. My name is Susanne, and I would describe myself as an ordinary woman and mother. I'm originally from Germany and moved to Portland several years ago, so please excuse any grammatical errors. Smile. I also have 2 kids who monkey around all day but who I of course love very, very much. But unfortunately, our second child Martina confronted us with a problem which quickly became unbearable. Our little girl simply never fell asleep. I want to share with you here on my website my very own personal story and how I came across an effective system for a baby's sleep nearly by sheer accident, and which actually works. When I was 12, I already wanted to be the proud mother of 9 children one day. And today I take care of more than 70 children. Sometimes life is strange. Instead of having 9 kids of my own, I nowadays take care of 73 children at a daycare center I founded 4 years ago. That's why I can credibly tell you that, through my own 2 kids and the children from the daycare center, I am confronted with the topic of babies' sleep almost every week. While the majority of the children from the daycare center have outgrown any sleep problems, a lot of the parents also have newborns at home. For that reason, I heard countless desperate stories of sleepless nights over the years. However, I only realized the significance of the problem once I experienced it firsthand with my own daughter Martina. In the beginning we still had hope that Martina's sleep would improve by itself over time. Unfortunately that did not happen. Actually, quite the opposite happened. Sometimes it took several hours until Martina finally fell asleep. Not just for my own child, but also for the suffering parents and children from my daycare center. In hindsight, I have to admit that I clearly regret not having started researching this topic earlier since I was asked so often for advice by other parents. So I got down to work, researched the issue for weeks and truly read everything I could find in regards to a child's sleep. And to be completely honest, there definitely wasn't a lack of literature on the topic. I went through tons of specialized literature, both national and international. I selected all the techniques I considered most promising and wrote them down in my baby's sleep notebook, which grew daily by several pages. But the following problem remained. The majority of the sleeping methods either did not work at all, or only for a very short time. Who was supposed to make sense out of all of this? Luckily, I had an epiphany and a wonderful idea. Completely overwhelmed by the mass of contradictory advice, I consulted with a renowned expert on sleep. His specialty? The process of sleep for newborns and infants. Well, to be completely honest, it was actually my husband who led me to this idea initially. An old college friend of his knew the sleeping expert personally. And this specialist just recently published several new studies, with in some cases extraordinary results. His fee for a 3-hour consultation was not low at all, but I was so determined to find a working and reliable method for falling asleep that I went for it anyway. After a few emails and phone calls we arranged an appointment for a consultation and I showed him all my notes I collected so far, and of course asked a lot of questions. He praised my stock of knowledge on the topic, which I naturally found very flattering. Smile.